It's all in your head. It's all in your head.
Alright, so we're here with the Paint Trips podcast. We're here with Mario Lubano. Hey, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming out here.
Yeah.
So, I'm still getting to know you, man. You brought one of your artworks here. You just recently finished this, right?
Yeah.
Can I hold it up to the camera?
Sure.
Nice. So, where'd you get the idea to paint this? I like the modelo.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, like this is like how I've been starting my paintings. Like I think I've been painting for 4 years.
Nice.
And like for like the 3 of those years is when I've actually started to use like original ideas. Like I used to just get pictures from the internet or whatever or things like that. Yeah. But with this, first it wasn't. It's a gardener, but at first I didn't want it. It was gonna be a mariachi.
Oh, okay.
I have a mariachi neighbor.
Yeah. Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wanted to paint him, but he could never like there's just scheduling was never there, so I could never get him to like pose or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But so I was like, and I was really desperate to like start.
Painting?
Yeah, because this is a third black and white of still lifes. Like at first I painted 2 beer bottles, and then apples, and then I wanted to do like a human, a person.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought of my friend. This is actually my friend Omar.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
nice.
Yeah. So I told him if he'd like model for me, put on like as a gardener, because that's like I wanted to show like a worker or like a Mexican person like in trying to like hustling basically, or just show like some kind of work ethic and so like so I told him, I asked him if he could dress up like put on the pants, put on the boots and the hat, and like he was like super like willing. Like we took like maybe 60 photos and stuff, and like we went to like 2 different locations, because like 2 streets down from where I live is where we started at a liquor store, where like all these like painters and other people who are from the community, like they they get their beer and they be drinking outside of the liquor store right there, after work. So I wanted to show that, and like but just there too, I decided not to go with that because of the lighting. It was like casting a shadow, and so we ended up coming back to my place, and the gardeners there. I got inspired by them, and I wanted to show. I really wanted to show like after work, like
like the time where they're like winding down.
Yeah, the wind down.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can definitely see where he's like, damn, I just had a tough ass day at work. Like I'm gonna have my my modelo right after work.
Yeah.
It's like, you can see he's like content with the amount of work he did that day, and he's just like fucking tired. And
that's exactly what I wanted to show.
Yeah, you definitely see that, man, and it looks really cool, and I like how you didn't just grab a picture from the internet. Like, you did the work beforehand. And like taking your own reference pictures, which is what like you're definitely supposed to do, man.
That's what I like, man, because I feel more connected to my to the work I do when I do that. When I'm taking the pictures, when I'm drawing the canvas, when I'm laying the paint on it, I just feel, when I know the person who I'm painting, or I just feel more connected to it, more like involved. Yeah, more and more like I want this, like I want to do this person's image like a good job,
Yeah.
I want to do him right.
Yeah, definitely. And what does he think of it? He hasn't seen it.
Yeah, he's seen it on Instagram. Yeah.
He likes it.
Yeah, he's like, finally, because like this painting I started the pictures. I started taking the pictures in August of 2017. August 2017, yeah. And then I drew it, and I've been like, I started with the leaves going down, then with the face, and kind of just worked my way towards counterclockwise. Yeah. that way, and actually ended with the apartments down here. But just because life and work, scheduling and tiredness, girlfriend, everything. Gotta make time for everyone and everything.
No, for sure. Yeah, because if you don't do that, you'd spend fucking hours and hours on this shit.
Yeah, this would have taken a year and a half.
Little hermit inside your house just doing this shit. No, yeah, definitely, I can relate to that. Yeah, man, I think you did a great job, man. This shit looks really cool. I like how you got the modelo in there. I like your attention to detail, everything. At first I thought it was oil. I didn't realize you did it with acrylic, which is really cool, man.
That's what a lot of people tell me.
Yeah. It looks really cool, man. So you brought something you're currently working on, right? Yes. All right. So what is this? You're working on?
I don't have a really good image of it because.
Okay. You're doing
prints.
like.
As another still life, of this time Pacifico cans.
Oh, sick. Okay.
The printer didn't come out too well, but
that's all you need.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the main part of it down.
Yeah, exactly. That's all you need.
So I can start to block.
So where'd you grow up?
Well, I guess 2 parts. I started first. I started out in in the city of Orange.
Orange. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then right now you live in.
Now I live in Anaheim. I've been living in Anaheim for how long? Since 2008 or 2009.
Oh wow!
So 10 years.
10 years.
10 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's way different than Orange. I don't know if you ever been to Orange or Orange County generally.
I think I have. I mean, I'm sure I have.
Yeah. Orange is it's a super safe city, and it's a perfect place to raise your kids and shit. Mm-hmm. And then I moved to Anaheim, and it's not a perfect place to raise your kids.
It's the total opposite.
It's total opposite.
Okay.
It's total. This is something I just learned too right now at work. I didn't know how to because this is how I be drawing every single one of my canvases. I just grid them, and then I look here and then look there. But something that he showed me, my coworker, is I can do this, I guess scribble in the back and then.
Yeah,
transfer over. Yeah. I didn't know, because this is this is a long process, the way I do it.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. Have you thought about projecting? That's what I do.
Yeah, you have a projector? I don't have a projector, but I would love one. But they cost a grip, don't they?
I got one on Amazon for $80.
$80?
Yeah, and it's a digital one, so you just connect your laptop to it.
What? Can you connect your phone?
Yeah.
You can?
Yeah, if you have the HDMI.
Okay.
The little connection to the HDMI.
Yeah.
Or you can connect a USB port or the SD card.
Yeah.
Yeah, I invested in that because you know how they have the Micros, they have the light ones with the mirror?
Yeah.
And those things are $60 in itself too. Just the ones with the light bulb and the mirror.
Yeah.
So those are good too, but for that money, you might as well just buy a Chinese one from Amazon,
Yeah.
Do the same thing, but the cool thing about those is you can do stuff outside or if you need to, and if you get one with a strong enough light, you don't need to wait for it to be sundown, which was one of the things I wanted to invest in.
To be honest, I never seen one affordable. When I was looking for one, when I first heard of them, I was looking at places I don't know if you heard of Art Supply Warehouse.
Oh yeah, no, dude, all that stuff's up.
It's $1,000 for a freaking projector.
Yeah, I'll definitely send you a link to the one I bought.
Yeah.
And dude, it gets the job done.
Yeah, I mean, I guess this way humbles me, but it'd be cooler if there was an easier way and faster way.
Yeah.
Because this is not even the main meat of of it. I mean, it's a big part of the drawing.
But you just want to get the basic shapes out.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, I don't know. Unless you're an artist, you understand that all those lines aren't anything
to be
just basic proportion guides.
Yeah.
When you add the paint on there, all that shit's gonna get lost, and you still have to go and adjust the shading and adjust anything. it's not like it's easy to recreate a painting or create a painting just because you've done some, some lines.
Yeah.
And no, I definitely understand, dude. And if you can save yourself some time, with the projector, it'd be a lot faster, dude. Because all you want is just get the basic proportions, so when you go down and paint, you don't want to lose any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So you started painting 4 years ago? What made you start?
5 years ago.
Oh, 5 years ago.
2014.
Oh, sick. What made you start painting? You want to start painting?
I guess I kind of played with it in high school, in art class, and let's see. Well, I guess this is like a part of my painting testimony and my life testimony, because to be honest,
what happened?
I started in 2014. I was 21 and I got into college, but 3 years prior to that, 3 years before that, exactly before that, I was on heroin and shit.
Okay.
Yeah. So and all my teen years, I was on prescription pills and stuff, just getting high and shit. So at 21 is when I was I need to make a change, I asked myself if this is this, I'm 21 years old, I'm out here fucking slamming dope, with older, with people, with ghetto ass people, older ass heads that going, hell knows where and shit.
Yeah.
And so I asked myself is this really what I want from my life right now at 21, and just to go on this way, or do I want to get out of this and do something more? And it took me a couple months to get sober, and then after that I enrolled into college, Cypress College.
Oh, okay, Cypress.
Yeah, so my first semester there, I just took an art 101. Kind of learning terms and things like that.
Yeah, the basics.
Yeah, and then my second semester, I enrolled in painting 1, or beginner's painting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's actually where I met my girlfriend, Anya.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
That's exactly where I met my wife too.
Painting 1?
Painting 1, yeah. Yeah, it was painting 1. Yeah, it was at Rio Hondo right here.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, alright, so you took this class, and from there you felt shit, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
Because this is your career. This is what you want to pursue as a career, right?
Yeah, I would love this, it's hard to break into a career in art. It's the hardest thing I'm not in school anymore, so it's hard. It's even harder now, that I'm not pursuing a degree in it.
Yeah.
Because that really goes a long way in art, just. Yeah. But another thing is too, that connection,
Yeah.
Because you can get into places, with connections. You don't always need a degree. It helps a lot. I understand that, but
nah, you just need the connections, man.
Yeah.
The degree doesn't really do anything, because I think people just can develop that if they really want to.
Yeah.
You can develop that. All those skills, if you pursue them, you can learn those on your own, or learn them from someone outside of the school.
Right.
Yeah.
You just need an opportunity and someone.
You just need to pursue it, man. You need to want it.
Yeah.
And then, the degree tells people that, but I'm the same way, man. I stopped going to school, and I was like, dude, all this shit I can learn on my own.
Yeah.
And I feel if my artwork is at the point it needs to be, it'll get me somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't think that if I keep pushing it, it'll get me opportunities. It'll get me somewhere.
Your skills will speak for themselves,
exactly.
and your skills will take you to.
Yeah, at least that's the way I see it. I think my skills will eventually get to a point where someone will notice.
Yeah.
If I keep showing them, if I keep pushing it, obviously I'm not gonna wait around and wait for it to come to me.
Yeah.
But I am gonna push it on my own. I feel like I don't need this degree to give me that confidence. chance or give me that, that opportunity. I think I can go out there and find it on my own.
Right.
And I think, I don't know whether it's the right way to go. I have no idea, but at least that's where I feel like it needs to be.
And to be honest, man, like, I think I've reached a point where, I say it kiddingly, but I don't know. I think maybe I'm going crazy because over this paint stuff. Because I'm not really. I just find the enjoyment and like just fucking creating and painting and doing this. Talking to other artists. Like, if nothing ever happens with my art, I don't care because, at least
you're fulfilled.
Yeah, I'm fulfilled.
Yeah, exactly, for sure. You're fulfilled pursuing like what you like.
Yeah.
And whether it gets you there or not, it's the journey that's the fun part.
Yeah, like monetary wise too. Yeah, because a lot of people talk about like, well, why don't you do this with it? Like digital media. Digital art is like super big, and that's like I see it too. Like that's where the money is.
Yeah.
But that doesn't. I don't think I can get into that. Like to the computer painting stuff. Like it's cool for those who do it. I have a friend who does it. At Westside Monster Boogie 7.
Oh, nice!
Shout out, Manny. He's a cool ass painter. I've been painting with too since 2015.
Oh, sick!
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah.
You should have brought him in, man.
He's a record seller like mostly now. He's like he's mostly into that digital media painting, and he has his own busy schedule too. I told him about it, but he's working on a job right now, I guess, for designing some logo.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, dude. People's schedule it's hard to schedule with people, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is good, man. It's good that people are keeping busy,
Yeah. But before this, he was the only like painter artist that I hung out with or talked to art about.
Yeah. Nah, you I mean, if you're interested in doing any like pop-up shows or like art walk stuff, man, I'll definitely send you any info I get if you're interested.
I'm hella interested. That's all like I want to do. Is just be in the scene.
Yeah.
Just be there and.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I'll definitely send all that stuff your way. I always like see that stuff in my feed or have artists that are doing it and stuff like that. And I'm always like researching stuff, dude. I spend a lot of time like researching like shows and art calls and whatever.
Art calls?
Yeah, so I'm always like in the lookout for that stuff. So I'll definitely send all that stuff your way. I know a lot of other artists are in the same thing. Maybe we can get something going,
Yeah.
Too.
I'm all for it, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Just trying to expand.
Yeah, for sure, man. Okay, so 4 years. So how many paintings have you done so far? Or what was? Let me re-question that. Like, what was the toughest part about like when you first started, as opposed to like now?
Oh man, I still have. Maybe I should have brought that one in too, but I have one painting still from my painting one class. It was the last painting we did. Mm-hmm. It was a landscape, but just the way I see, I guess, life in regards to like, like if I'm looking at this microphone right now, mm-hmm. and then I'm trying to think about how to paint it. Like I still think the same way. But how I started was like just blocking things in, like, and at that time I really didn't have like a good concept or grip of like different kinds of colors, like different kinds of blues and greens, and like at that time I still thought you could just use any green or any blue to get to like get the picture of water or grass or dirt or whatever.
Yeah. So the color theory
was
the toughest part?
Yeah, and I wasn't even trying to blend back then. Like,
you were just trying to add the color?
Yeah, so everything had harsh lines to it. Like the dirt, the rock, the shadows, everything was like bold, lines.
Yeah, kind of like line art.
Yeah. And I think after that, painting 2 is when I started to like, all right, well, it's now or never. Like, let me dip into this blending.
Yeah.
You know, let me get in on it. And yeah, it's I kind of at first I would do like I guess wet onto wet with acrylic, but that almost doesn't really work because you know it's like
it's all water.
Yeah.
It's all water, very little pixel.
Yeah, so what I ended up doing and what I do to this day now is I don't know if there's an actual term for it, but like I dry blend. So
you stubble.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's what I do now with everything, and it's a lot easier to be honest, and
yeah, no, definitely.
And it's a lot easier to manipulate the picture that way, and if I fuck up, it's okay. You know, I can readjust it however I want.
Yeah. So do you feel like you leveled up?
Totally, yeah. It's just like how I tell like anyone, like even like I guess like younger people, like because I have a like little sister and she asks me questions about painting and stuff, but it's just like, and other people too, like wow, like they just be amazed when they see something like this, and they're like, wow, like how long did it take you to do that, or like how long you've been painting? It's like no one starts off like Picasso. You know? No one's Picasso day one. You know, I had a lot of shitty ass paintings,
for sure.
But I just never quit. You know.
That's the thing, man. The drive.
Yeah, you just gotta want it, and if.
And then when people are like, "Oh, I can never be like that," I'm not.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you think this is just all raw talent?
Yeah, no, hell
no. This is all hard ass work. Like, okay, maybe certain skills may have come when you were young. Maybe a certain eye, but not everything. Like all that tough shit. Like you learn that shit by fucking doing it.
Yeah.
Like pushing yourself. It did not just like. Very rare occasions are people prodigies. You know, where they know that shit since they're young. You know?
Yeah.
Like all that stuff, it took you hard ass tough nights,
long nights.
Yeah, fuck ups. Like I fucked up this fucking line. I gotta wait for it to dry.
Exactly. Yeah. You have to really learn from your mistakes and take your. And it's good to make mistakes. That's why, like with this painting, I experimented a whole lot. I painted a lot of things that I never painted before. I never painted leaves. Never painted dirt. Never painted trees. You know. Yeah. And I just experimented, see what looks good with, and I never painted thick.
Oh, okay.
You know, but that's something that always interested me, like the texture of it.
And the good thing, man, is you pushed yourself. Like you've never done all that stuff, but yet you still went and tried it.
Yeah.
You didn't play it safe and did a painting of stuff you've already done.
Yeah.
Like you tried something that you've never done before, and you're like, fuck it, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. That's exactly how it's supposed to be, man. You gotta push yourself with every painting, you know.
Yeah. Push the limits.
Yeah, or like even if it's something like I'm not exactly sure as of right now how I'm gonna paint that, but it'll be fun trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I had no idea I would come. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Before when I was taking the pictures for this painting, and like the actual work that went behind it, like I was not. I don't know if I wasn't ready, but I was just. I don't know. I guess I was ready, because I ended up doing it, but. It's just funny. I guess how it plays out after the fact.
Yeah. You gave yourself enough encouragement to continue it, man. So why
am I sick? I'll tell you why.
Oh, you're sick?
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I'm like, you're sick?
No,
I was gonna ask you, why did you want to do this presentation of this painting? Like, why a gardener? Or why, you know, you're Hispanic, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What was the motivation? Did you want to say something, or is this linked to you in any way, or?
I guess. Because we're not all artists or have, you know, like that kind of creative side to like express ourselves. So like gardeners, painters, you know, blue collar people, like I feel like they don't get that shine, you know, like if besides like that whatever they make, you know, or whatever they paint, whatever they build, like a house, a building, you know, gardeners, you know, you walk by, you know, apartment complexes or anything like that, and like no one notices the hedges or the trees are cut down or, you know, trimmed down or whatever. You know, that's work.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's pretty admirable.
Okay. And you wanted to portray that in this?
Yeah.
That's pretty tight, man.
I want to show, like, I guess in all my artworks, what I'm trying to show is like the things that get overlooked, and I want to bring beauty to them. You know, because they're already beautiful. I just want to, you know,
showcase it.
Yeah, show it. You know, to people who didn't think twice about that. You know,
So
will walk past by everyday beauty and, you know, don't
acknowledge it.
Don't acknowledge it. Or,
yeah. I can see that, man. Definitely.
That's what I want to do with everything. That's why I also like. Before, I used to do some graffiti too, but more like just black and white also of like homeless people and like alcoholics and things like that. You know, like I painted under a bridge once a lady drinking a 40. You know, that's pregnant.
Oh, okay.
You know, because all these things, and like it's under the bridge because. For those people who don't go to like art museums or anything like that, or who don't have any kind of art or like beautiful or, you know, so-called beautifulness in their day-to-day, you know, people who are walking the train tracks and just trying to like survive the day.
Yeah.
You know.
That's pretty cool, man.
And so like I would do that, you know, cause as also like a little bit of a reflection of themselves, you know, like if no one else sees them, you know, I see them and they can see themselves, and whoever passes by this underbridge or train track will see them too.
We'll see them too, yeah. So they're not just forgotten.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. And you would do like in your high school years you would do graffiti or?
No, this was after the fact. Like I didn't get into graffiti like until like really like with a message like that until recent years, like 22. I'm 25 now, so like 22 to last year I did something too. Now I just paint like cherubs.
Yeah. Like
out there too, you know, because that's another thing, you know. That's why I use HeavenAlready as my Instagram handle, but it's also like it's because kind of like how I was explaining that, like of the homeless people, like and all the beauty that goes left unseen. I want to like acknowledge and put it in, you know, in the faces of those who don't see it, that like, you know, this like this is heaven, you know, like this is beautifulness, this is like our beauty.
Yeah.
You know, not beautifulness.
Yeah.
But you know, because everyone's trying to, or a lot of people try to get to you know, heaven, or you know, to a beautiful place where this is gonna be like it, like where no suffering, or you know, and that's true, you know, but we can try to make what we have here on earth, you know, that also we can come close if you just put the right eyes to him.
Yeah.
You know.
That's cool, man. So that's why you use that handle. So you feel like your artwork from this point on, or since you decided that like that's what you're trying to portray, like you're trying to show people that everything here is beautiful, and you gotta stop thinking of, you know, that afterlife and focus on what's here.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So what's up, man? I like that.
Because there's a lot of beautifulness, a lot of beauty, of beauty. I mean, this is beautiful right here, that we get to talk and about art and do art and just create like this, you know. Gotta find whatever brings you happiness, like hold on to it, go for it, and like fuck what anyone else thinks or, you know, because, you know, happiness, your personal happiness is like, if you don't have that, then a lot of shit can go wrong in your life, you know, or you can take turns in places that you wouldn't have normally if you know, if you weren't happy.
Yeah. No, I see that, man. It sounds like you found your purpose, you know?
Yeah.
Like your purpose in life. And I admire that, man. Like that's what's up, man. Not a lot of people know what they're here for or what they need to do.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, it's tough. Like life doesn't let you think about that shit.
Hell no.
Like, you know, you got bills to pay, you gotta worry about this, you gotta worry about that. Like, it's really hard for people to be able to take some time and think about them and the things around them and, you know, like the true things, like the things that matter, like, you know, not the superficial shit, like the things that really do matter in life.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like one of the things I think that matters most is like connection.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you got.
Because what's it all for if there's no connection? You know, if you can't share what you love with the next person, or share what you learn with the next person. I don't know.
For sure. Like we're social creatures, man.
Yeah.
Damn. And like, I don't know. That's what I see it in the same way where. Like everybody's like, oh, why don't you have kids and blah blah blah, or why don't you want? Because I don't want kids, you know.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, why don't you want kids? Like that's like the most important thing in life. Like, you know, that's what you're gonna leave behind. And I always think like, okay, but that's not the only thing I'm gonna leave behind. And I don't believe like that's the most important thing in my life. I feel like the most important thing for me to leave behind is like my knowledge, my being, you know, that I gotta leave something here that's gonna change the next person, not just because they came out of my groin. It means it's gonna be that person that's gonna, you know, like
leave blood, a positive impact.
Yeah, like blood doesn't just mean you're leaving your genetics or whatever, but like, so what? My genetics don't mean shit, you know. Like I need to leave a positive. You know,
impact.
Yeah, exactly. Like a positive impact, like something positive, something that's gonna transcend, something that's gonna be here longer than I am, or longer than even, you know. That's why I admire like artists, like master painters.
Yeah.
Like they've created something that lasted fucking centuries.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's whatever, like their message or just the way they paint, like it's not them. It's not them as a person anymore. It's their work.
Yeah.
You know, and their work speaks to so many people.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be able to do that. Like, how the fuck am I going to get to a level to be able to create something where people are, like, interpret it in so many ways in their own mind or whatever, but people who focus on just having kids, okay, I understand it, but, you know, that's just going to last the length of your kids.
Your kid's life.
Yeah, the length of your kid's life, and if your kid learned everything from you, they'll pass it on to them. But that's it, you know.
Yeah.
What if you can create something that's gonna be able to pass on that to so many more people than just your immediate family?
Unless your kid has the same message.
Yeah, unless your kid has the same message, but you know you're rolling the dice on that shit.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like. I don't know. At least that's the way I see it. I don't have anything against kids. You know, my sister has kids and all that stuff. I love kids. I just don't think that's where my life needs to go.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think that's where my life needs to be right now.
And a lot of people, I guess, like we talk about this too, like because you know, I guess we're at that age where people want to ask us like about kids and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, but. You know, it's like a lot of people are just putting what happened to them or like their life on you, you know?
Yeah, they're projecting.
Projecting.
Yeah, they're projecting onto you. Yeah, that's what I see it too. Yeah, they're like, I don't know, and they tell me, oh, but don't you wanna like be able to teach this to someone or teach that? And I was like, you know what? I want to be an example.
Yeah.
I want to be someone can look at and be like, oh man, like my friend there, that portrait, that's one of my friends, and he passed away a couple of years ago.
This guy?
Yeah, he passed away a couple of years ago, and he had a art gallery in Tustin.
Yeah.
And he focused that art gallery on just having artists there, all kinds of artists, musicians. He had comedians. He had artists from every level, man. If you were an artist and you wanted to be there, you know, he had a space for you. You know, and it's like, yeah, he charged a little bit, but you know, it's kind of what you have to do. But it honestly, it wasn't unreasonable.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like, oh yeah, you're gonna have to pay $50 a month to be here, or $100 a month to be here, blah blah blah. It was very reasonable price, whatever. But he had a lot of artwork in his gallery, but what he wanted to do is transition it to other artists. He didn't want his stuff in there. He's like, I'm only doing it here to fill the space, but I want more artists here. And he was so positive, man.
Yeah.
Like, his artwork was like in such a high level, and every time you talked to him, like, he wasn't like pompous about it.
Yeah.
He wasn't like, he didn't feel like he was at any higher level than any other artist.
Yeah.
Like, he encouraged people. He was like, dude, like, he's the person who encouraged me to sell my stuff. He's like,
sell?
Yeah. He's like, dude, like, have you thought about selling your artwork? I was like, dude, my stuff's not at that level. And he's like, it is. Like, people will buy it, man. Like, you gotta put your stuff out there.
Yeah.
And like, hearing it from someone at his status, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, let me try it, you know?
Yeah.
It gave me a little bit of like, confidence, encouragement, or whatever. And like, that's how me and my wife started doing like conventions and stuff.
Yeah.
And I just thought, like, man, this guy reached so many people, like, encouraged so many artists. I remember there was this guy at the gallery.
Yeah. And
I talked to him, and he was like an intern. He was just helping out.
Yeah.
You know, just do all the
setup,
cash register and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I was like, hey, dude, like, oh, tight. Are you an artist, man? And he's like, oh, no, dude, I just play video games. Like, I'm not an artist. And I was like, oh, okay, too, tight. I swear to you, like, 2 months later, I come back. This fool's got artwork hanging in the gallery. He's got like these whole stories behind the artwork.
No way.
I was like, dude, like, what? Like, 2 months ago, you told me you weren't even an artist.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah,
I guess I am.
And I was like, and that's when I thought about it. I was like, man, my friend, he rubbed up on it. You know?
Yeah.
Like, all the energy my friend put out. Like that fool's like drive on his own artwork.
Yeah.
Encouraged him to like, oh, let me see what's here. Like, oh, let me see, like, maybe this art stuff is fun. You know? And it stuck to this guy who didn't do anything.
Yeah.
You know, and now he's like an artist, and he's like does all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so I was like, man, like, if people see you push yourself and people see you like pursue your own dream, it won't push them to pursue your dream, but it'll push them to try something new. Yeah. Like, they'll see all that energy, you know, and it'll attract people to you. Yeah. You know, it's like I don't know, like a weird, I don't know, magnet or something. Like, if you're constantly working on your shit, people are gonna come around. Yeah. You know, if you're like focused on thinking, no matter what, like, nothing stops you from doing what you want to do. Yeah. People are eventually gonna start paying attention. That's true. Be like, hey, well, why is this guy so involved in that? Like, why is this guy spending so much time doing, you know, sketches, or why is he, you know? And it'll encourage people, like, oh shit, like, you know, this guy's not just sitting around. This guy has like a purpose. Yeah. You know, let me stick to this guy. Maybe he's doing something. You know? Right. And I don't know. I feel like I have to do the same thing. Like, I have to like.
It's definitely true. Like, cause you
push it. I have to push it. Yeah. Like, I can't just like, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna chill. You know. Like, I beat myself up a lot, dude. Yeah. Like, if I spend a day without doing something art related. Yeah. I beat myself up. I'm like, fuck. I do shit. Blah blah blah. You know, and I'll talk shit on myself. Yeah. Like, why, dude? You know? Yeah. Like, I'll talk mad shit on myself. I'm like, fuck. And but I think it's because of that, man. Because I feel like
you need to be like motivate yourself, and you need to if no one's gonna hold you accountable, you have to hold yourself accountable, and you gotta talk your own shit on yourself. Yeah, I do that too.
I feel like if I haven't done something related to art in any way, I feel like I wasted a day.
Yeah.
I feel like, man, my days are counted here. I'm over here wasting days not doing shit.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, I fell asleep. I fucking knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like right after work, I ate. I got a haircut. I ate Chinese food, and then that shit put me out. I knocked out, and I woke up, and I was like, fuck. Why? I was beating myself up. I didn't do shit.
Yeah.
You know? And then today I woke up early and I got everything ready and I went out and I was like, fuck, I can't waste another day, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no, but I can't. You gotta beat yourself up, like you said, yeah, definitely.
I gotta do it probably more because I'm like a weekend painter now. Like it's gotten to the point where I only bring like my stuff at work.
Oh yeah. You do it at work?
Yeah, because when you came to my store, was I working on anything? No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think you were.
Yeah, that was before I was bringing my painting in, but now every Sunday, every Saturday, I bring in my painting.
Because those are slower days, no?
Yeah.
Or after, you said the morning rush is more.
Yeah, morning rush, but on the weekend, like not really.
Like in the afternoon, it slows down and shit.
Yeah, but even in the morning on the weekend, like not a lot of not a lot of house painters or building painters come, because that's mostly like our
clientele, right?
Yeah. And I'd be there fucking with my canvas on the dolly and shit. I use the dolly as my
fuck it, get it, man.
as my easel. My dolly is my easel.
Fuck it.
Yeah. But I like that job so much because, you know, it's not exactly an art job, but I'm working with paint all the time, and I'm mixing colors and I'm matching colors, and that color that's what, like, I've met two other artists from there, but the two other artists have been abstract painters, like what's his name? The dude who throws paint on.
Oh yeah. I don't remember his name, but I know who you're talking about. He just paint splatters.
Jackson Pollock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Yeah. There's two artists like that. They just come in. Because I always ask, that's why I asked you, like, when people like choose far out colors, like oranges and like bright, that's what you came in for, like a bright orange and stuff. Yeah, I came
in for a super bright orange.
Yeah, and like yellows and greens and reds like that. Mostly they come in for like beiges, whites, and like...
very house, dull colors?
Yeah, dull colors. So it's like, I mean, it's alright. But like when people choose colors like that, it always piques my interest, you know.
Yeah. I was wondering why you asked. I was like, why would he ask? Like, he just asked out of nowhere or whatnot. And I was like, do I have an art face? Like, I don't think I have an art face, so I don't know what he asked. But okay, that makes sense. The abstract. Yeah, that was an abstract color.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the place's logo, I guess. That was their color.
Yeah, and that's...
I just need... it's because when they gave it to me, they gave me like a specific formula for that orange, and I was like, fuck. Like, I can't buy this shit at Home Depot. I gotta mix it right. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna have to go to like an expensive spot, you know, like Sherwin Williams or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna have to go to there. Okay. You know, because normally I'll just buy, you know, like Home Depot or like something that'll make the budget go lower, you know?
Yeah.
But I was like, man, if they wanted that exact color and they're gonna be picky about it, I gotta go somewhere where they're gonna mix it properly.
Yeah.
You know? And there's no like...
They were pretty happy with the color?
Oh yeah, they liked it. Yeah, they liked it.
I worked on the color.
yeah, they didn't have an issue with it, you know?
Yeah.
Which is what I'm happy about. Like,
cool.
That was my biggest issue, the color. The painting, the process.
That was like cool. Easy. Yeah, that was easy like, work, huh?
Yeah, it's just like, I just gotta do their logo. It's not difficult.
Yeah. How'd you get into something like that?
I knew the owner, and he got like a partner, and they wanted like to fill up an area, so he knew I was a painter, so he just hit me up.
Yeah.
So
okay.
It wasn't.
It's all who you know.
Yeah, kind of, pretty much. But I mean, they knew I was a painter.
Yeah.
You know, and like they were friends with the paint and wine owner.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're like, oh, do you have anybody that can come paint the mural? And the guy knows that I do large scale murals, so he's like, the only one that can do it is
Yeah.
me. So I was like, oh yeah, definitely, I'll give them a quote. So it all depends if they want it too, because sometimes like I'll quote them and they're like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's expensive, and it's like, well, I mean, it's not a fucking small ass canvas. Like,
yeah.
It's not a small area. Like, you want a huge area, and it's gonna take time.
Yeah.
And I'm charging you very cheap for what you want. Like,
yeah.
I'm hooking you up just because it's a little more expensive than you want. It doesn't mean I'm not hooking you up.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
totally. Cause I've been in shows like in Santa Ana with other artists who like, I would say like, I mean, I'm no one who judges no one's skill, but like they're like to the artists that are like up there with me and
mm-hmm.
stuff, or down there with me, however you want to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and they're selling their stuff. I'm selling my paintings for like $60. Like something like this, I'm selling for like $60, $80. And they're selling like almost the same thing for like $1,000.
Oh yeah.
$1,000.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I get it. People gotta like pay their bills, but like, it's crazy. I mean, so like when I want to give people a deal. Like I want my art for the people.
Yeah.
For the common folk, but. So I get you, like when people like trip on prices and stuff like that.
Yeah, sometimes people will trip on prices.
Cause they don't, because they're like, you're an artist, you do this easy. Like, that's what they want to tell you.
Yeah.
Like,
they don't understand.
But I've done a couple commissions to some like a bike I painted for my supervisor. But like if I like you.
Of course you'll hook them up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, of course you'll hook them up, but yeah, no, definitely like don't underprice your stuff. If you feel comfortable pricing it a certain way, and like, cool, price it a certain way, but
Anya thinks I underprice.
Yeah.
How much would you buy that painting if you were to sell it to
$60, you're definitely underpricing, dude. I mean, this
$80.
You're still underpricing, man.
How much would you buy it for?
I mean, you can something that size, dude, with that detail, you can charge like $200.
Mm-hmm.
But like, don't underprice yourself. Definitely, always start off a good base, and I'm sure you've heard it. Always start off how much time you spend on it.
Yeah.
And that's a good base, like, and then base it off there. Also, don't price before you're done.
Yeah.
Everybody asks me for a price of this, and I can't give them a price. And they're like, oh, how much would you... I'm not even done. Why would I price it? I'm not even done. Like, I don't know how much time more I need on it.
Yeah.
It's like, first start off with time. Materials, you don't really have to take into account because, canvases are crazy expensive now.
Yeah.
Unless you get, like, a super crazy linen canvas. But even then... it's not gonna up it by a crazy amount.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, like you definitely gotta up price a little more.
That's
$60. But if you're hooking people up and you feel comfortable, like, hey, just give me $60, then do it, man. Like, also don't take my word for for your artwork.
No, yeah, totally.
You know how connected you are to your work, and you feel like $60 is cool, then $60 is cool. Like, me, I would have sold shit. Like, I'm selling certain paintings at lower prices than I want to sell them, but I'm like cool with it. Because I'm like, all right, I'm already kind of over this painting. I just want to get it out. So it all depends on like where you're at the time too. Yeah. But yeah, maybe you should think about like up pricing your stuff a little more, or like putting your prices up a little more.
Yeah.
Not up pricing.
Maybe
Yeah.
I like art.
Yeah, man. That's the shit. And you know what? Other artists, you'll definitely sell to other artists more often than you would other people.
Really?
I think so. At least that's my case.
Yeah.
Other artists are more willing to pay your pricing.
Yeah.
Than than like common people.
Yeah.
You know, like common for non-artist people.
Yeah.
Because
the commoners.
Yeah, the commoners, just non-artist people. You know, they definitely don't. Unless they have like a crazy connection with it, and
yeah,
you know,
you never know.
Yeah, no, they will. You know, and then money is not an issue to them.
Yeah.
If something speaks, if a piece of artwork speaks to them, they won't care how much it is, dude.
Yeah.
And if they feel like that needs to be in their house, that needs to be with them,
yeah,
they'll pay that money, man.
It's true.
You know, which is why I think some people feel like I think I can charge this much.
Yeah.
It's also who you know, though, dude. It's also who you know. Some people have like bunk ass artwork.
Yeah.
You know, they have like crazy, but they're like well known and people pay that shit. And
yeah.
Like, dude, like
how?
That shit's not that great. Like, alright, I get it, but it's not that great.
Yeah.
And people are paying fucking thousands.
I hate ambiguous art, to be honest. Like at ACMA, 5 years ago,
mm-hmm.
there was this fucking big black square.
And that was art?
That was art. A big steel
See?
black square, and that's at the ACMA and shit. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's.
You know how long I worked on this painting?
That's who you know, man. That's who you know for sure.
Man. But there was one cool, like, I don't know if it was the same artist, like a installation of a big dog pissing on the side of the fucking art museum. With his leg up and everything. That shit was so cool.
That's funny.
I like that.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, there's some artwork that's like you know who Revoke is?
Revoke, yeah.
Yeah. I don't like his new stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like any of his new shit. And it's like people are paying stupid amount of money for his shit.
Because he's already established.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, this fool's taking shortcuts. He's taking advantage of you guys. Like, he's not pushing himself. He's not creating something that's like fucking crazy. He's literally attaching a bunch of spray cans to a fucking plywood and spraying fucking lines on a building, and you're paying him $1,000 for that?
Yeah.
I'd be fucking pissed if an artist tried to do that shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'd be so fucking pissed. And it's like, dude, just because he has a name, not everything people create is great, you know?
Yeah.
Just because of their name. Like, you gotta judge it based on the artwork.
Yeah.
Don't judge it just because, they're well known.
Yeah.
I don't know. It angers me sometimes.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So, do you watch movies, man?
I watch movies.
Yeah. Have you seen that Spider-Man movie?
Oh man, I've been wanting to so
Oh, dude,
bad.
watch it, especially because you do graffiti. Watch it.
Okay.
Watch it, dude. I recommend it. I liked it a lot.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson, he's in it, huh? He's like the dad cop or something.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't notice. Oh, that's tight.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I didn't notice that he was his dad.
The Rock.
But yeah, man, that movie's tight. It's cool.
I love The Rock. He's hilarious.
Yeah, he's funny, dude. He's fucking funny. Do you like comedies?
Yeah, I like everything except for like super. I didn't like the Bird Box. Everyone like.
Oh, I didn't see it.
No,
it's not good.
I mean, it's definitely for like a certain kind of viewer. Like if you're into like gory like stuff or like just like a bunch of drama, gore, and like just like like you'll love it. But like me, like it's like when is there a break? And shit, like
it's all over the place.
It's like disaster after disaster, and it's like when you think it can't get any worse, it gets worse and shit. And
oh man, you just get stressed out.
I get stressed out. We walked out.
Crazy.
Of the living room.
No, I haven't seen it. You know what I like to watch sometimes?
Huh.
They're called like Ending Explained, or like they're like YouTube channels where they kind of explain movies and like their interpretation of like the movie or whatnot. And I like watching those because sometimes I don't need to watch the movie and I just listen to like about the movie, and like it tells you like what happens in the movie, so you don't have to sit there for 2 hours to watch it.
Yeah.
And see if you like it or not.
Yeah.
So those are pretty cool. Like I like those. They're pretty funny.
Yeah.
And sometimes the YouTube channel guy or whatever will say like jokes about it, like like nothing happened in this fucking scene, and like they're you know? And it's 2 hours of nothing.
Have you ever thought about, so is art or is paint the only art that you like to get into, or like is there anything else you like to get into?
I mean, I always wanted to do like music, but I have no fucking rhythm. So it's like it's always been something difficult, but it's always something I've always fucking like wanted to do. Like I wish I could fucking make music. Yeah. But I suck at it. Like I have no ear for it. Yeah. It's just all whack, you know? Yeah. But there's that. I've always wanted to do like video game shit, you know, because I love fucking video games. Yeah. Or I don't play them as much anymore, but I always thought video games was cool. Yeah. Animation, like anime shit. Like I get started with doing anime. I started drawing anime, you know? So I always wanted to do stuff like that. Yeah. So yeah, I love all kinds of shit, you know? Yeah. But maybe movies too. Movies would be pretty cool. Yeah. Like to direct something or create something. Yeah. You know, I think that'd be pretty cool.
Cause everyone, like I saw this one post of like, I follow 50 Cent. I don't know if you follow him, but
I don't follow him.
He has a show coming up on Showtime. And he's just posting like actor submissions, and that's one thing I've been seeing, like these like actors even they're so talented and skilled to be that way, to like, you know, be somebody else, and you know,
it's talk a skill about that stuff. Man. Oh, you thought about like doing acting?
No, but I like my girlfriend. She appreciates that kind of stuff all the time. She likes to drama and.
Oh yeah, man.
What is it? Theater.
Yeah, dude, like, I don't know how people can get into that mind state to be able to portray that, like, to be able to, like, act that. Like, I can't even fucking lie properly.
Can you give insight on how you, like, become someone else?
They tell you to always draw, like, from your own experience, like, take a situation that happened in your real life, and then think about that as you're acting out a scene that has to do with that same emotion, and that's how they're able to do that. It's like apparently one of the tricks, you know?
Yeah. But I mean, that's a skill on its own, dude. Like, how can you put yourself back into that experience again, you know? Enough for you to feel that emotion again. Like that's gotta be a skill on its own. Yeah. Like, I wouldn't be able to do that. Like, I could think about how I felt, but like to like do that on command. Yeah. You know? Crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, no, definitely
it's admirable.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's not easy when people say, "Oh, it's easy." No, I don't think so. I would not be able to do that shit at all.
One medium too. I also want to. This is like I wouldn't want to get into, and I have plans to get into. I just have some paintings here in the way first, but I want to draw children's books.
Oh, sick! Yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah, children's book is cool.
I had an idea. I forget. What was it? I forget the character, but it might have been something like a sock or something, or a sock character, or I forget what it was, but it was about acceptance. Okay. You know, because all those children's books, like I think back like on Curious George. That's what I was fucking reading, like kindergarten, first grade. Yeah. And like, just like simple life messages, or not even lessons, life lessons, you know, like always cool, look man. Both ways before you cross, or you know, don't fuck over your friends, you know. Yeah. Things like that.
Dude, you should definitely do that. You should start off with like that zine thing I showed you.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, where it's like little books people make on their own. Yeah. And it's like, you know, and then you're just telling the story. Yeah. You know, it's just to get it out there, to get the stuff, you know. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I'd love to get into that.
Yeah, kids' books is cool, man. Yeah. Just like there's so much access to everything. Like you can sell your own books on your own. Yeah. You know, like Amazon has like I met an artist a long time ago at a comic book shop, and it was like a comic book meetup or whatever. And that guy, he made his own. It was like a guitar book, like how to learn to play the guitar or whatever.
Yeah.
Like lessons. He made it himself, and he distributed it on Amazon himself.
Yeah.
So like they give you the option to be able to distribute it yourself, you know.
Yeah.
But I thought that was cool. I was like, oh shit, I didn't know you can do that. And he's like, yeah, man, like you can make your own stuff, and like you can sell it yourself, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, that'd be cool. Like you probably make your own like graphic novel and shit and sell it on there.
That's what I like to get into, like, and I love and appreciate that kind of shit, like where you do everything yourself from like the scratch, like, you know, it's crazy. It's like having a farm with chickens and shit. Like, fuck the eggs, fuck the supermarket, you know. I got a chicken in the back. What do you want to do?
Yeah, for sure. Make some omelets.
Yeah.
So you got this project you're working on. Do you have anything else?
Yeah, I have. Well, not that I'm currently working on, because I don't like to like work on like more than one thing at once.
Oh, okay.
Anymore, because I never like focus on one thing and nothing ever gets done. Everything's like I'll eventually end up paying attention to one thing more than another, and so I just like, you know, I have to finish something before I get started on the other thing. So it makes me more committed, it makes me more committed to what I'm currently working on.
Oh, okay. So you have just one focus.
Yeah. So right now it's just this this new canvas right here of the Pacifico cans.
Are you gonna do that in black and gray as well?
No, this is my first painting in 2 years that I'm gonna paint in color.
Oh, tight.
Cause the year of 2019. 18, 17. I think the year of 2016, I didn't paint anything the whole year. Nothing. I didn't create anything. No drawings, no paintings, nothing. Okay. I felt really bad about it. Yeah. So then 2018, I think, or 17, when I got back into it, I was like, I had, since I was out of practice, you know, for so long, I wanted to start with the basics. Vroom vroom, Hell's Angels, and so I want to start with the basics again, since I was like I was out of the loop for so long.
Okay.
So I decided to do still life and in black and white, you know, just to get values and to relearn values, to relearn everything, colors, and just the way things play off of each other. And then now that I'm done with the black and white, I can do color, and I'm starting with this one, yellow, because I'm wanting to do the primary color. I'm doing 3 primary color inspired paintings. So this one's gonna be yellow, and so like off the picture, you can see like it's like the yellow cans, the beige, the browns. It's like very warm. We're doing.
Yeah, you can see that.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay. Tight.
And it's just, I love the way these Pacifico beer cans look like.
Yeah, the red pop.
Yeah, the colors are, I want to eat the can. You know, it's.
Yeah.
I love how the blue works off the yellow. The red is super vibrant. It just, the gold of the letters is just perfect, you know? Perfect.
Yeah, that looks like a fun painting, man.
Yeah. So it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, that looks like a very fun painting. Alright. And are you going to do it acrylic as well?
Yeah, acrylic. I don't know how to paint in oil. I tried painting in oil when I transferred from Cyprus to Fullerton College. Because over there, they only teach you in oils. But I was coming off a year of, or a semester of acrylic painting. You know, I just learned all the basics in acrylic, you know, and like I started this painting 2 class, and they wanted to like continue with supposedly what I had learned of oil, you know, the beginnings of oil, but I didn't have that knowledge. I only knew acrylic, so they let me paint with acrylic the rest of the semester and the next semester.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was the only painter in there working with acrylic.
With acrylic?
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about using oils?
Just like I said, like I did one painting in oil, and it's like my brain is already like wired for like I know how like acrylic paint works and how I achieve this color. Like if I'm going from a light green to a dark green, I know how to get there, you know. But with oil, I don't know how to get there, you know.
Yeah.
Like it's different directions, because right with like if I wanted to from a light green or a grass green to like a shadow of the grass green, I just put like more green in it or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, and then like with acrylic, I mean, you know, like you have to use the complementary color to get darker colors.
Oh, okay.
So
no, you have to do the same thing with oils.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, you can do the same thing with oils.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then no one told me that.
Yeah, you can do the same thing with oils. You just add a complementary color and it'll mix with it.
Because I think I tried to do that with the blue, but it turned
Oh, blue's a tricky one.
Yeah.
Because it depends on the blue you have.
Yeah, I try to, and what did I put? I think I put orange to try to get darker, and I came out with just like a brown looking color, you know.
Oh, no. Yeah, it'll turn brown. With acrylics, if you add orange, it'll just make it a darker blue.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, I guess you can't do that with oils. You definitely do make them darker. Okay.
I think what I had done with that one, because I was painting like a blue cup.
Mm-hmm.
I either ended up using green or blue to darken the blue. No, I ended up using green to darken the blue.
Oh, okay.
You know, that was a trick.
Yeah. No, I don't think you can do that with oils. They're too rich, I think, in pigment. I think it won't just darken it; it'll change the whole color.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it could be the blue too. No, yeah, oils are pretty tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for now, like I'm sticking to what I know and trying to perfect that.
Oh, dude, you with acrylic you can do so much crazy shit, you know.
Yeah.
Like this too.
Yeah.
I'm just biased with oils.
Yeah, a lot of people
oils,
turn that way.
Yeah, oils, I can't go back to acrylic.
That's what everyone says.
Yeah, I can't go back to acrylic.
They all say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My friend, the one who I shouted out, Westside Monster Boogie 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to paint with acrylics too, and then went to oils and never looked back. He said.
Yeah, I can't go back either, man.
Can't go
it's
back.
It's just so much easier to achieve certain blends, and I think that's just how it is.
That's what everyone says, like the time frame, the amount of time you have to work on it, and
like, once you get used to it.
Yeah.
You know, but there's so many advantages with acrylic where it's like you don't have to wait for like right now, if I fuck something up and I don't like something, like I can only work it to a certain amount.
Yeah.
And then I have to wait for it to dry in order for me to get it darker.
Yeah.
You know, or get it, fix it. Whereas acrylic, you just wait for it to dry a little bit within that fucking
5 minutes, 2 minutes.
And you can come over and clean it. You know? With this, I can't. No matter how much I want to fucking, you know, unless I gulp more paint on there, it's not gonna get covered. And even then, it'll warp the black or whatever I'm trying to cover it with. So yeah, you have to be a little more patient in that sense.
Yeah.
You know, but
patience, I guess, is a good
it's
teacher.
Patience. Yeah. But with acrylic, I think the thing that I was kind of about was I had to do a lot of premixing. I premix a lot with oils too.
Yeah.
But with oils, you don't need to premix the gradients.
Yeah.
You know, if you like an acrylic, if you want to get a nice gradient, you have to premix, you know, certain gradients in acrylic to get a nice smooth blend.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in oil, you you only need 2 or 3, and the paint will do the work for you. But acrylic, you need to come and clean, and you know, to get a nice unless you like scubble or unless you do really watered down.
Yeah.
But and I like that this I can use for 3-4 days.
Yeah.
Without covering it.
Yeah.
You know, I like that too. Pretty messy. Yeah, I'm pretty messy with my stuff.
It's alright. That's what me and Anya have been talking about here. There's not right now. I just barely bought my first pair of pants that
don't have paint.
That don't have paint on it. Yeah.
Me too. Like I shouldn't be painting with these pants. Like these are my only good pants.
Yeah.
If I drop something on them,
Yeah. And like I was telling her too a couple of days ago, it's like before I even got into art the way I am into it now, like, and I was in that high school art class, like my art teacher, you know, like she used to say the same thing all the time, like this, like I don't have one pair of pants like that don't have paint on them, and she used to like put Sharpie over her black pants and shit.
Oh yeah.
You know, like
yeah, that's what I would do. I would just paint over it with black. Yeah. Nah, man, you gotta do.
I know, I do the same thing. I put a black.
Yeah, but you can see the big old black.
I know.
Like it doesn't help.
Yeah, man.
So what kind of music you like, man?
I like rap. I like hip hop. I like freestyle. I like rap.
It was Jermaine genre.
Yeah, hip hop. I like rock too. You know, here and there. Old school rock. Like classic hard rock. Classic rock. I guess what I meant for like old school, like shit like that. Like funk. I love funk, man.
You like funk?
Thank you for reminding me. I love funk. Yeah, I'm a funk head. You know.
Oh, that's tight.
Funk freak. Funk freaks. Yeah, that's what they call it. Oh man, I have a friend, Mr. Funks at Mr. Funks. He sells. That's where I get all my funk from. Cause I don't know if you know, but like funk is like within itself its own like community.
Really?
Of record sellers, like record sellers and rare funk songs that like you can't find on YouTube or anywhere like that. Like,
oh really?
Yeah, people are like my friend who I was talking to you about, Westside Monster Boogie 7. He buys like official records from like that's like the very artists who made them, because you know like they're like not famous anymore. They're reachable.
Yeah.
And he can buy like the like original records from them and then sell them. You know, resell them.
What?
Yeah, cool. And it's a big game. Yeah,
it's like a whole community then.
Hell yeah, and then like, they trade funk and this is another thing too. They're like, the funk songs they have, they hold them so tightly to them, like
they don't share them?
Exactly. Yeah, they're like, hey, I'm gonna show you this song, but don't show no one else. You know.
Oh, that's crazy.
I know.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love funk. That's I love funk because it's like I can like cruise to that. Like when I don't know what to put on, when I'm cruising or driving anywhere, like that's my go-to funk music.
That's tight, man. That's perfect music to paint to.
Hell yeah.
At least I haven't heard a lot of funk, but just based on like the mellowness of it and shit.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like something that'd be
so,
perfect to just paint.
It's so groovy. I love it.
Just paint along too and just paint for hours, man. Sometimes I'll paint for such a long time where I'm like, fuck, I've been in that for so long. Should probably get some fresh air.
I remember when I first got into painting, I used to do that too. I used to paint like straight up like 6 hours.
Yeah, man.
With like maybe 2 or 3 like 15, 20-minute breaks. But like 6 hours.
Yeah,
like
just
like
to
a
get
job.
something to eat and pee and shit.
Yeah. Straight up like a job though, you know.
Yeah.
But that's when I was like way more like. That's when it was like new to me and like, you know.
Yeah.
I mean now it's not that new, but I just like I said, like life and things will get in the way and.
Oh yeah.
And I gotta make time for everything and everyone.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, you don't want to neglect people over this either. Yeah. You gotta have a balance, man. There's gotta be a balance.
Speaking of balances, I think that might be time for us to cut too, because in a minute, you know, because I gotta get her to work too.
Oh yeah, no worries.
Gotta get back to our day jobs.
Yeah, man, definitely. No, I appreciate it. Dude, we did about an hour, so that's cool.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, that's what's up. So I'll have all your info on the description. I'll get everything from you later. And you're always welcome back, man, if you want to do another podcast, or I'm trying to get like a couple of artists in here and maybe just have like a paint session in general.
Yeah.
You know, just have a couple like artists just hanging out and painting and chilling and shit. Maybe we get that going. You're more than welcome.
Yeah, totally. That's the one thing I miss about school, man. Is like, even though not everyone in there was like a straight up artist or whatever, they were just in there for the credit.
Yeah.
Like that like pushes my drive too. You know, to like my drive. To just seeing other people painting right next to me.
Yeah. If you're just chilling, not doing anything, and everybody's painting, you're like, fuck, I better get to this. I ain't doing shit. Everybody's so focused.
Yeah.
You know? No,
but I like that. Like everyone, like, all right, we're doing this. Like.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so let me hold this up to the camera a little more.
All right.
So I can get a nice. You know.
That's a perfect view because I was like, he was sitting down and I was like taking the picture from above. So
yeah, that's what's up. Yeah,
good
that's
angle.
A good view. Yeah, and then let me get that one. See how far you got on this one.
2 days. Sick. 2 days work.
Time. So hopefully next time you come in, you'll have the finished work.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can show that off. Thank you again, man.